Hello, everybody. Welcome to this Book Lovers Day special. We thought that since it's Book Lovers Day, we should actually celebrate book lovers, right? My name is Anuya,
I'm Sharon.
and this is Books on Toast. Yay! Back together after a really long time, huh, Sharon?
Yeah, it
Ready?
feels like ages. Like I don't know what you look like in real life. I feel you are a visual person. You box forever.
In real life, I look like a hobbit. This is just a filter that I'm applying. Anyway, so what we are going to do today is called the POC creator tag. POC stands for person of color, and it was started by a booktuber named Yumi the Book Demon. I really hope I'm getting that right.
Yeah, you're right. You be
Right.
the
No?
book.
Uh-huh. So it was
He sounds
started by
like
a
a
person
person
called.
I will like a lot. Because book
Sorry,
demon.
sorry.
He sounds like a person I will like a lot because book demon.
She's
That's
other
it.
someone who will be our bestie. And Sharon has ulterior motives to like her a lot, of course, but we will
Yes.
not get into those today. Uh, so she started it, and we were tagged in this by the lovely, lovely Harshpreet, who is just the most adorable person. And she has this really cool YouTube channel where her moniker is Harsh herself. Harsh herself.
Harsh.
Harsh yourself.
Harsh all ourselves.
Hush, all of us need to hush. But that's her channel, and you guys should check it out. And thank you so much, Harshpreet, for tagging us. So let's get started. Yeah.
We are ready. Let's do this.
Woohoo!
Whee!
I will ask you the first question.
Okay.
And you answer. What ethnicity or race do you identify with?
I really like this question. Okay, I identify as human being of Punjabi variety and very bade dole shole. That's pretty much it.
um,
What
I
about you, Anuya? What are you?
I mean, so Yumi, the girl who started it, she's part Japanese and part American. So I, Sharon and I are both Indians, I guess. So that makes us South Asian,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
South Asian.
But
Yes,
also, I would like to say that I'm part Jedi.
I will attest to that. Okay, the next question I'll ask you, Anuya.
Yes, please.
Tell us something you love about yourself.
What this is, I think this is the hardest question to answer, quite honestly, because we are also busy hating everything about ourselves. We don't have time to do this. What do you mean, love yourself? Okay, I'll tell you. I love my sense of humor. I think I'm very funny. मैं अपनी audience हूँ. Sharon, what do you love about yourself?
I think I love the fact that I'm very weird, or in my head, I'm very, very weird. And also, I've come to accept that I'm a big person. Hence, Big Dole Shole will always be celebrated.
Who looks like Madhuri Dixit?
That is not acceptable behavior on this channel.
Why? She is so beautiful. What is your problem? Why can't you accept that you look like a beautiful actress?
Yes, but I do not identify myself as an actress of yesteryear variety whose biggest claim to fame is jutting her boobs out in a
But
choli.
she did it so well. I just.
Yeah, exactly. Very opposite of my general movements. So yeah, I do not identify. I am mostly going inwards, trying to go inwards. She's going outwards. Does not work well.
Okay, I'll ask next question. I'll ask. We'll take turns. So, Sharon, how long have you been in the book community?
Oh, it has been many years. From the time I was a nubile, a little seed in my mother's belly, I think I was a reader. But to give a more structured answer, I think I've been part of the book community ever since I met this person who's also in this video called Anuya, because she had a community called Books on Toast already, which she used to do a lot of really cool secondhand book sales. And so she found me on Twitter, and she came to me, and we became together. Yes, that's it.
Sharon, yeah.
Yeah. What is your answer to this
Turing.
question?
How long have you been in the book community? The same answer as yours, so I'll give joke answer. I want to say that you and I have both been in the book community far longer than we should have been.
Well, you know.
Never gonna give you up. Like, we got rickrolled by the book community. That's what it is. We got rickrolled and now we are here. Like, those people who died in Pompeii when Mount Vesuvius erupted, right? And now they're just outlines in ash exist. That's us in the book
Yeah, yeah,
community.
that is true. I think we are fossils. Do you think that we're also the oldest members in this booktube community anyway? I think we are the only like women in our 30s, one late 30s, one early 30s. Yeah.
Mid now. I'm officially mid now. Yes.
You are officially in the mid zone. Oh,
Yeah.
it's downhill from there, Anuya. I'm telling you, not
We
getting
are.
any.
If you look at all this new batch of booktubers, they're all so young and cute, and they know how to play the game. And you and I are like, let's do interviews with authors, like journalists. I mean, we are fossils. It's true. We're
Yeah,
fossils.
it is very fossil-like behavior. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even journalists don't do interviews anymore. We are still doing it. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
to
they
people.
just like pronounce judgment on things that they know nothing about. That's what
And
journalists.
then they claim all the things that are happening because of them.
Yes,
Apparently,
true. Are we
messed
talking
up.
about someone who's very loud on TV? Is that the same person? Okay.
Yes, and
Anyway,
who's yes, possibly, I guess. Nation only will tell us. We don't know. Anuya, I will ask you the next question. I ask the next question. No? Okay, so Anuya, to answer again properly, same thing. What kind of content do you create?
good content.
Best, world class.
What kind of content do we create? We create videos about books where we invite influencers to talk to us about their reading habits and their favorite genres. And also, in between, whenever Sharon and I feel like it, we throw in a listicle or a review or whatever the fuck we feel like, to be very honest, right? Did I
Yeah.
miss anything?
I
What
think
kind
we do
of
a lot of
content?
sketches also, and I think our most popular video is Harry Potter Aarti that this other woman on this channel wrote. That has become that is the thing that we are known for the most, the Harry Potter Aarti. Everything else is whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. That tells you about making, like, erudite content. Not that anything we made is ever erudite, but
Yeah.
that's what
I mean,
happens.
it's not even airtight, so
What?
it's not even airtight, but yeah.
See what I've
Anyway.
done to her, guys. ये क्या कर
Yeah,
दिया?
it is very problematic. This is our relationship in a nutshell, honestly.
Yes.
I think I've become weirder since I've met Anuya.
100%. 100% weirder since she met me. It is so true. It's not
Yes.
funny. Okay, Sharon, what is your favorite genre?
This is a very, guys, I don't know. This is not a very booktuber question anymore because I don't think people are stuck to genres anymore. People pretty much read whatever takes to their fancy. So I don't know how to answer it. I know that maybe pre-book community, Sharon would have said magical realism, but I think ever since we started to do Books on Toast, I have come to discover so many more books and authors and storylines and plots and just different cultures and worlds and ways of reading that I don't know how to answer this question anymore. So, yeah. What about you, Anuya?
So, I mean, same, right? But if I have to choose, like pre Books on Toast, I would have said fantasy. Also, like just as a younger person, I would have said fantasy. But now,
Yeah.
yeah, now it's almost like you don't read genre specific books anymore. You read books that you like to read.
Yeah.
But if I have to choose, I will say historical fiction and literary fiction, but like readable literary fiction. So nothing that ever makes it to a Booker long list or short list or even wins a Booker, because those books are not readable. I mean, have you
Yeah,
tried reading?
crazy.
Yeah, have you tried reading God of Small Things? Like it'll give you like a hernia. It's fine.
I think also we are not there anymore. Like if we were younger, we were much more like,
Yes.
yeah, like much more innocent and naive about the world. And I think all those things sort of mattered a lot then. Now I think, like I used to be heavily into horoscopes also. Like I don't think you bring a horoscope in front of me, I'll slap you now. So yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, we don't have the patience to read books that are very like weighed down by their own prose anymore. We need like
Yeah.
freer books. And just I tried reading that I told you now, we'll talk about it later, the book of books. But anyway, literary fiction and historical fiction.
And also just readable fiction. I think that is the only genre I like
Read,
anymore.
nailed it.
Wow,
Readable fiction. that is
बस और कुछ नहीं चाहिए.
that doesn't take all of my willpower to like consume. That is
Yes.
the that is what we like to read. Okay, it's your
Next
your
question I will ask you, Anuya, what are your top 3 favorite books?
See now, guys, we have answered this question on every possible forum already. So I don't want to give my top three favorites because it's the same 5-10 books that we talk about every time. So I'm going to give you my top three historical fiction novels set in the Second World War because though that is what I read last year. So that I'll tell. Okay.
Okay, say what is
So
it?
the first one is Kristen Hanna's Nightingale. Okay, so this book is based on, it's the story of two sisters living in France during the Second World War after it was occupied by Nazi troops. And this is actually based on the real story of a woman who helped downed Allied pilots uh, get escape Nazi regime. So if you fell in Nazi territory and you were an Allied pilots, and this happened a lot, of course, I mean, but it's not something you think, right? You think about. So there was a network of people, and there was this one Belgian woman who sort of helped them go through Spain to sort of like non-Nazi territory. And it's based on that Belgian woman. So it's an incredible book. That is number one. Number two is Sharon, my favorite book, one of our absolute favorite books, which is Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, which we both love very much. It's a young adult book about a girl named Liesel who lives in Germany during the Nazi regime and during the Second World War. And it's all about the other side of the story, like what it was like to be German, um, but not agreeing with the Nazi principles that Hitler had brought to the country. So kind of similar to what's happening to us right now. What? I didn't say that. You who said it? I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, it's kind of interesting because you get the other perspective, and also it's a child's perspective, so it's very innocent and lovely and beautiful. And you will buckets, you will weep in the end. So that is great. And book three, I would like to recommend is Mouse, which is a graphic novel by Art Spiegelman. He is the son
Nice.
of a Polish Holocaust, Polish Jew was a Holocaust survivor, and he sort of interviews his dad, and you see the man that he is, and also the victim that he was. So I really loved it because it also forced me to see Holocaust survivors not as victims, but as sort of people. They are not defined just by that one perspective. So, I mean, that's a graphic novel. You'll finish it very quickly. It's expensive, but it is worth having and worth collecting. So, those are my three books.
Wow.
Karen, what are your top three favorite books?
See, now this again problematic question. I don't know how to answer it because I don't.
It
You know the thing.
changes so much, no? Like it changes, you grow, you forget.
I think also for us, right, because we've been doing this for a long time, and also at every given time that we've had to shoot an episode about a particular genre or a type of book, I have gone back to discover some of those books, and now at sometimes I question why I like them anymore, because I'm a different person now than I was at that time. I can tell you the last 3 books that I read that left an impression on me, rather than talk about my all-time favorite books, because that
Yeah.
is not relevant as a
It
question
doesn't
anymore.
exist anymore.
It doesn't exist. So I actually powered through SPQR by Mary Beard. I'll be honest, it took me a really long time to get into it, and I would pick it up, abandon it because it is so difficult to read. But what it does is it contextualizes Roman and Greek myths and women in very interesting, very interesting ways. It's not storytelling, so it's very academic writing. So only if you're very interested in understanding the feminist perspective, its origins, where it all started, what it meant to medieval and ancient society, and how a lot of that baggage we still carry as women in 21st century contemporary societies. It's all linked. So and so I've read a lot about Circe for sure, about Briseis, about so many more women in the Roman history whose names have been eradicated because they don't fit the male perspective or the larger stories which were written by male historians. So it's still something that I pick up and read like in sections, but it tells me more about women of power and in powerful positions than any other even fiction novel or a non-fiction novel will, because I'm seeking it out to understand how as women we got here. So that is an important book for me that has left a big impression. The other book that really made me travel, and I have talked about it so much, I feel like I'm doing it a disservice by not talking about it again, is Latitudes of Longing by Shubhangi Swaroop, because what a beautiful
I almost
novel.
picked it, but I knew you would do it. First
Yeah,
thing
see,
I read, yeah, was Latitudes of Longing.
yeah. It's such a refreshingly different story, and it really made you travel. And it's also a story of people living different lives, but strangely connected through fault lines, geographical fault lines. And it's insane, right? It's also teaching us a lesson that no matter where you are, what kind of person you are, what kind of history you have, at the end of the day, we're all human and we pretty much have the same human experiences. And how you react to them is what makes you different from each other. But and it also is very humbling, right? Because sometimes you think that, oh shit, this situation only I am in, and only I am going through this. But it's not true. A lot of people have gone through different and similar situations, but the way they react to them are different. So it's a very spiritual novel for me as a person, and because maybe I'm in my 30s, I'm seeking all this stuff out because I want to be a better person. So yeah, so it really meant a lot for me. Also, the way she's written it's so beautiful. It's magical realism, but it's gorgeous. And now one of my new life plans is that I want to figure out a way to move to the Andaman Islands. And eventually maybe I will do, but it's just gorgeous.
इंटरनेट
And
नहीं है उधर, हम शूट कैसे करेंगे?
BSNL है ना?
सर नाक में डाल।
Yeah.
LAN cable.
We will by the time I think internet will become a thing of will, like we will will it and it will happen. I think it'll be so connected to us, we will be antennas.
There'll be a microchip here like this.
Yes.
Third book.
Yeah, the third book is because I'm rereading it now because there's a show coming out on Apple TV next year, hopefully if they ever finish shooting it. It's called Foundation by Isaac Asimov. I know growing up that it had a big impression on me as a child. Like I really wanted to get into robots. Thank God I did.
Sharon.
What is
Dirty
about
things.
What is? How is it dirty?
I want to get into robots. I'm sorry. Please go on. My mind is a gutter. Go on.
Yes, you were too, really. We need to talk to Giri tonight. What is this behavior? Okay. Anyway, so yeah, Foundation series is like a series of novels by Isaac Asimov, and he's the guy who pretty much coined the 3 laws of robotics on which every known robotic scientific invention has been based on. And a lot of scientists have credited him for planting the seed of robotics in just humanity's mind. And I think that's phenomenal. And he wrote these books in the 1920s, which is like, what? Like nearly a generation ago. And now I'm watching his videos with Sudeep, and we're discovering that he was a progressive man. He was of the opinion that women should be in power, and societies that traditionally have women in positions of power have historically done well. Well, I mean, if you've been following COVID-19 news, you would know countries like New Zealand and Finland have done well. Why?
And
Because
Germany. And Germany.
And Germany. So yeah, Isaac Asimov is the amazing feminist. So must read Foundation. Anyway. I think this has been the longest answer because we started talking about books. Anyway.
Okay, my turn. No, my turn.
Your turn.
Okay, Sharon, who is your favorite POC author?
Yeah, how to explain now what POC for people who are brown is now?
Yeah, I also don't know how this applies to us, because POC works well in a country that has a Caucasian majority population. Here we are all POC. And
yeah.
So
We are many peoples of colors.
but
So
but the thing is, the thing about publishing and the popularity of books in the industry is that it favors white people. It favors Caucasian
yeah,
authors.
I
And
agree with you.
yeah, and as a result, you and I also end up reading a lot of Caucasian author written fiction or non-fiction for
Because
that
of that.
matter. So I still think we should answer this question. So any non-white, I think, is POC for us, whether it's Indian or it's non-Indian. So who's
Yeah, I
your
mean, the way I would interpret this question is that for me, a person of color would be somebody whose culture I'm trying to understand, but who is not Caucasian.
Hmm.
So I would say it's Haruki Murakami, because for me, like his books are the ones that I've read the most, right? So otherwise, I even thought of K.R. Meera, but I've only read one book by her. Same with Jhumpa Lahiri, I've only read one book by her. If there's a author whose culture I'm not familiar with and has given me so much to think about Japan, it's Haruki Murakami.
That's
What about you, Anuya?
I thought you would say what I'm saying.
What is it?
Chimamanda Ngozi
Like,
Adichie.
I knew you would say it, so I let you have this one.
Yeah, so I kept a backup ready, which was Kamila Shamsi, which is, I mean, we have a lot of authors in common that way.
But
But,
again, I've only read one book by. I mean, I've read two. The other one I didn't like that much, but it's mostly only Holmes. Anyway, you
no, I
go.
like so Adichie because I have read 4 books by her and I loved all of them, which is Purple Hibiscus, Half of a Yellow Sun, Americana, and We Should All Be Feminists, which is essential reading for everybody who exists, who is alive. And she's superb. And like you said, Sharon, it's the same thing. The way Murakami introduced you and made you fall in love with Japanese culture, right? Uh, Adichie made me fall in love with Nigerian culture, which I think is very similar to India. Like I feel like if you go to Lagos now, it'll be like you're in Bombay. The same mad chaos and the same people trying to just scrappily survive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it has to be her for me. And that's why I chose someone non-Indian because we talk about Indian authors a fair bit now. So I thought non-Caucasian, non-Indian, find someone in the middle. And yeah, that is Adichie for me. Nobody I really love her work. So
She is phenomenal though. Like, I think We Should All Be Feminists is such a strong book for everybody to read, and phenomenal. It's the way she writes and the way she tells without aggression, which is
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's just very like patient, which she is in terms of her characters also. She treats them very patiently. I love her. Everybody should read everything she's written. Half of Yellow Sun is about the civil war in Nigeria in the 1960s. I didn't know there was a civil war in Nigeria in the 1960s, but there was, and it was very bloody. And I mean, that's why I love historical fiction. See, again, it teaches you so much about a culture and about history. And I mean, our textbooks failed us. They were just like, how can you make history boring? Wow, that must have taken real talent for these setters of syllabus. Like, wow, it always blows my mind.
And such a
Anyway,
good
on
rating.
that happy note, Joy, last question.
How can we find you outside of YouTube? Where are you outside of YouTube?
In my house. I don't live in a box, guys. I don't know. That's what I'm like. This question was like, but I'm outside. I'm a person. I'm not a.
I am not this thumbnail. I am
Yeah.
bigger than this.
See, I'm like,
Yeah. It's real. Made of meat and flesh and bones.
then I watched the video and I realized that it was which other platforms you are on.
Yeah,
So
see what we mean about us being very old and fossil-like. Like, we didn't understand the question only. Half of the questions in this tag we've not understood.
So outside of YouTube, Books on Toast is on Books on Tea on Twitter and Books on Toast on Instagram. And that's it. That's Facebook. We're on Facebook, but everybody's part of Facebook. Nobody cares. That's where we are. And I personally am on Instagram as Anu Yeah. ANUYEAH. I'm very creative. And Anu Yeah on Twitter. Why? So ANUYEAH. What about you, Sharon?
I am Sharon Bhatti, I think, on Twitter. And I think I'm Sharon B on Instagram, and my name is Sharin, like in, not on or in. Okay, thanks.
Okay, I think that brings us to the end of this. We need to tag other creators, other
Yes,
POC
we need
creators.
to give a shout out to POC creators, and we want to give a shout out to Smriti, whose channel is Sant Reads, and she is one of our favorite people in the world, who has the most amount of energy and joy and just this unimaginable energy to read all the time, which I don't know where it comes from, but it's amazing. It's like inspirational for everybody.
Agreed.
And also this very cool channel called Chalchitra Talkies that is run by Vaibhav Munjal. We did a collaboration with them, and he does a lot of interesting videos around pop culture, not just books. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you guys go check these two guys out. Smriti, I don't know if you've done the tag already, but because I know that Harshpreet tagged you as well. But if you haven't, consider this a double tag. That also sounds wrong. Like it sounds wrong. That's just everything today.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Happy Book Lovers Day to you guys and to us. We love books. Books love us. I think it's mutual. And yes, please subscribe to our channel if you don't do it already. And please, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and share this with everybody you know, because that's what we ask every time. I don't know why. But
share
anyway.
it with all the book lovers that you know, since it's Book Lovers Day.
Yes. Be topical. Yes, today. Very good. Bye.
Bye.
No, no, no.